What's up YouTube? This is Chris with C Manga here. I'm going to review this week's chapter of Bleach 525. Sick chapter. Again, really quickly because it's Bleach, but it was a sick chapter. First of all, Kenpachi is a badass. He's always been that. Unohana is still scary as shit. But actually, you know what? This chapter she's kind of wound down a little bit. She's not as scary as she was last chapter. That's because of what we found out in this chapter. So let's get into it. First of all, the story starts off. You see Unohana. This is like way back, back in the day when she was probably the 11th captain. Sorry, the 11th division captain. So they're walking around the Rukanda. They're looking for really strong individuals that they can use to guard the Serite. So I'm guessing this is when they were actually gathering Shinigamis, or gathering powerful warriors to put together to make this group. And they come across so you have this random Shinigami character. We don't need to know his name, he's not important. And we see this huge pile of bodies. And then he says this to Unohana that oh, did you kill these people? That just shows how displeased you are with this area, that there's no one strong around here. And then she's like, I didn't kill these people. I wasn't the one responsible for this. And then out of nowhere we see this crazed little kid on top of the mountains, like he's feral, he looks mad. It's some insane kid. And then we look in his hand and he's holding Kenpachi's sword. So just to say, so that basically this is Kenpachi as a kid. He looks around 13, around 12 or 13. He's a young kid basically, but you can tell that's Kenpachi. He has that he doesn't have that Kenpachi look that we've seen before. Now he's all calm, like there's no one strong for me to fight. He's just like, what, where's the challenge? This kid looks crazy, just insane. So yeah, so he jumps off the mountain and just stabs Unohana straight in the chest. Boom. So I honestly thought that stab came from like a drawn out fight between the two of them. They've been fighting for like maybe hours, and then they both bested each other, like she cussed. But no, he just literally jumps on the mountain and stabs her in the chest, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, she didn't know a kid was capable of something like this. So basically, we see at the current time now, and then Kenpachi loses consciousness again. Now him losing consciousness and regaining it is explained in this chapter basically, and it's pretty fucked up. The reasoning behind it basically. What's happening is that Unohana is killing him and reviving him. So whenever he loses consciousness, he actually dies, and then when he wakes up, because she revived him. Now the reasoning behind is that she went into like a really detailed explanation that Kenpachi is stronger than her. From the moment they met, he had always been stronger basically. And the reason behind him becoming so weak is that he's out of fear that he won't find a suitable challenge. So he constantly keeps suppressing all his power basically. So the eye patch isn't enough to suppress his power basically. Himself internally, subconsciously, he's suppressing his own power. So during the fight of Ichigo, the reason why he barely lost was that he was suppressing himself. Why he barely won against Noitra was that he was suppressing himself. And I think and she says that every time he comes out on top of a battle is that because he reaches so close to death that his actual power resurfaces. Like he's actually subconscious. I don't know, I guess like it gets lifted, and then he actually says, let me use my power basically. So Unohana is basically just pushing him to the edge, to the brink of death constantly, and reviving him. So he's becoming more and more of what he used to be. So basically, the more he dies and wakes up, is that he's becoming his old self, which was a really powerful, with crazy badass basically. So Kenpachi is basically getting a mad power boost right now. I honestly thought that maybe this training was going to result in him actually learning Bankai, but it's really just him actually becoming what he already was a ridiculously powerful person. So Unohana actually clearly states in the chapter that you are stronger than me. Like, there's no way I can beat you. If you actually were to revert to your original self, then I would stand a chance against you. So yeah, literally Kenpachi is just that powerful, and if he actually regains his former self, as well as maybe unlock Bankai, then this guy is literally like the most OP person in Bleach right now. But yeah, so I slightly think Unohana's gonna die. I think she's gonna get killed because if she's gonna keep reviving this guy, and then he's gonna become what he really was, and this person was like far stronger than her. I mean, as a kid he was stronger than her, so as an adult grown man now with his training and kendo and all that shit, like he's gonna annihilate her eventually. So I think I think she knows she might die. She's kind of accepted it because she seemed mad sentimental in this chapter. She's like, you know what, blah 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 blah. You're the best. I can't really match up to you. I think she's making a sacrifice, so she might die. Hopefully, she brings out her bunker before she dies. Like as a final little test to Kenpachi. Like, you know what, you finally reverted to yourself. Now let me, show you my real power. Then she uses her bunker. That's if she has bunker. I hope she does. I hope she does. But that's literally the chapter in a nutshell. I hope I didn't miss anything because it was really quickly. I might have breezed through certain things. The key points of the chapter was that Kenpachi fought Unohana as a child. That's when he injured her, and that's when she injured him as well. And from then on, from that point on, sorry, he's always been restraining himself. He's always been reducing his own powers so he can actually have longer fights, so he can actually enjoy battles longer. So it's not just the eye patch; it's his subconscious actually weakening himself. Those are key points. Key points is another thing is Unohana, why he keeps fading in and out of consciousness, and that she keeps murdering him. And then she keeps reviving him. So like every time he thinks, oh, I blacked out. No, you got killed, mate. You got killed, and she brought him back. So that's what's happening, with the last chapter and this chapter. And the end of the chapter, like Kenpachi actually gave her like, like the same, not like kendo slash, but that slash he gave Noichi where it's like whim all the way down. You see this like nothing but white. Yeah, he did that to Unohana. So she's definitely injured now, I think. So next chapter we might see a Bankai from Unohana, or we might see, a little bit more flashback, or Kenpachi actually regaining his former self. So, I enjoyed the chapter. Like, it went really quickly. I'm probably gonna give it 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Nothing, crazy. I think some people were kind of hoping to, get back to Ichigo and Renji, that Zanpakuto dude. But yeah, it was a good chapter, good read, really quick as always, Bleach. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button, it helps out a lot. And stay tuned for more videos from C Manga. Alright guys, it's Chris, and take care.